I was here one day, probably, you heard about Joe Torcos? One day Joe Torcos was driving a truck. I was riding a truck with, at the time, Lieutenant Joyce Stowe, you know her. It was Dolphin Michaels. He was the boss of the truck. Joyce was in charge of the engine. And we went on the street over here off of State Fair, 2 blocks before you get to the freeway. It's about 2 o'clock in the morning. We don't see any smoke, of course. So Joe Torcos, who was driving, I was sitting right behind him. He gets off and he knocks on the door. And I had a Charlie horse, and I remember staying by the rig, stretching my leg out. And as soon as the door opened, I heard a lot of screaming. So I grabbed my tool and I turned around and I started walking towards the house. And I could see Joe Torcos going, "Hey, what happened here? What happened?" It's this little boy on the floor, right in the doorway, laying in a puddle of blood. So Dolphin Michaels and Joe Torcos started giving him CPR. Joe Torcos was giving him chest compressions, and Dolphin Michaels was giving him mouth to mouth. And every time Joe Torcos gave him a chest compression, I would see blood squeeze out his side. And I can hear what appears to be a woman screaming. And I'm going, "What's wrong? I can't see. It's dark, no lights are on." But I can hear this woman screaming. Then Joyce Stowe says to me, "He has a gun. Go call for police." And I still can't see. So I ran back to the rig central. "We need police. We got a guy with a gun. And, we got a young boy shot." I go back up to the porch. My man is screaming, "Why y'all ain't working on my wife? Why y'all not working on my wife? I don't even see his wife." And finally, somebody, turned their flashlight on. There's a woman laying on the couch. And she's not moving. And her eyeball is hanging down here. So clearly she's dead. But he's screaming, "Why y'all not working on my wife?" Police come, they arrest him. They go in, start addressing, paying attention to the woman. She has a bullet hole right here, popped her eye out. And there's another little boy up under her legs. We go through the house, we find 3 girls upstairs. So now we gotta get these girls out of the house, past their mother, and past their brother who's on the floor shot. We thinking that the husband that shot his wife and son. And the woman that I thought, or the person that was screaming, who I thought was a woman, it was actually the hysterical husband. Come to find out, they had been having drug wars on that block for however long prior to that. Well, the people in the drug war, they move out. This family move in that Sunday night. The very next night, which is Monday night, 2 o'clock in the morning, somebody throws a Molotov cocktail through the upstairs window. When they come downstairs to come outside, somebody's standing out front with an AK. Shoot the little boy. When they started shooting, the mother, she was a big woman, so she couldn't really get down, so she sort of slunched down on the couch. And you can see the bullet hole where it came through the center frame in the window and hit her in the eye. She had another son that was hiding up under her legs. The husband was walking around with his gun because he was shooting back at her. That's why he had the gun. And the 3 girls were upstairs. Very tragic. A woman with 5 kids and her husband. She loses her life, loses one of her sons are also killed. These are the things that we see every day. Every day. This is not unusual. This stuff happens. We've pulled up at scenes and you go in the basement, find this a guy laying on the floor with a bullet hole. That happened one day. We were over on Normandy off of 6 Mile. Lady next door, older lady, like 80 years old. We came, we couldn't see any smoke. And she said, "Look, just keep looking." And I remember we standing there looking like, "There's something wrong with this old lady." But no, it was just a little faint of smoke coming out. Now, I don't know how she saw it in the dark from her house, but we standing outside and really couldn't see it. So, long story short, we kick the door in, we go in, go downstairs, bunch of stuff burning, we put it out. There's a guy there. "Oh, wow, you've been shot." Come to find out, he was a landlord, owned a lot of property. First of the month, he collecting his rent. Somebody killed him and robbed him. Tried to set the house on fire.